Okay, this is a video for Death Shell 2. In this video, what I will do is I will rapidly or speedily state many of the beliefs that I have, that I believe that the Bible support as it relates to the hereafter and the home of the righteous. And in this brief video, I hope to answer at least 10 questions or 10 pondering questions of most people. But if not, then, I will make another video by request. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for the series. Okay, let us begin. Scientifically, if you believe that there is other life in the universe and that they are able to space travel, that in it of itself realistically places the belief in heaven in the sense of a place where intelligent beings have decided to store the riches of the universe, or the riches of all the riches of the locations that they have visited in one place. It makes only its practical sense that such a place exists scientifically, even if you don't believe in God. Okay, I want to highlight, I want somewhat going through the back door. Even if you don't believe in God, to believe that there is life in the universe, you have to almost believe that there is, in a sense, a place where that intelligent life is storing their goods or their fortunes, as it relates to nature, as it relates to minerals, as it relates to, everything that we value here on earth. And that there is as we have a capital city, and the president and the organization and the structure in which we run things is primarily almost an outline for what an civilized universe would do if it had the power to travel through space. It would go to different planets and get their natural resources that were of value, and they would be in abundance in one location called the capital city. That's just I mean, if you may have never thought about it like that, but just realistically, even if you don't believe in God, it makes sense to believe that there is such a place as heaven, where they store also cures for ailments and all of those sort of things. It's just a logical conclusion to the existence of the universe. But back to the Bible and God and Jesus and the hereafter and all of that. The only thing, when you consider that, the miracle or the thing that is in that picture, or that's painted in the Bible, that you can't get from the scientific picture, is the people that's there, or the beings that's there, the angels, God, Jesus. All of these, they are the jewels of being there. At the same time, they are the most controversial. Satan has worked continually to eclipse the glories of the future world and to attract the whole attention to the things of this life instead of eternal realities. We ought to keep eternity in view. At the same time, I feel that it is a crime to exaggerate how the hereafter will be, when in reality it is a spiritual location, and we ought not to place things in that world or in that hereafter that doesn't not belong there. It is we shouldn't lie in a sense on what's going to happen to the eternal. We shouldn't make up what heaven's going to be like, but that being said, human language is inadequate to describe the reward of the righteous. It would fail us to try to even highlight little aspects of the things that we will encounter. But we can speak of some, to a certain degree, we can speak of some of the things. Their time will be different. It won't be the same as it is now. We will go through, as it were, a healing process to restore us back to our original condition, or the condition, or the way we were meant to be when God created us. And that's what everything really is going to happen. Primarily is we're going to return to our original state in the universe, amongst the stars and amongst the unfallen worlds that never sinned. And that right there in and of itself will be one of the joys of the hereafter. Many ask what we will do. There's a lot of things that we will do, but I will say this. I want to say this at the forefront, that we would be happy with this world without the traces of death. No rain there. Again, let me highlight this before I go on. There's a difference between heaven and the new earth. Okay? There's a place called heaven. That's God's throne. That's a location. Okay? I want you to get that. In other words, it's not like a spiritual realm like you may have been told. It's actually a location. In other words, if you had a car, or if you could walk and you could live long enough and it wouldn't bother you, you could actually walk there. That's why you read in the Bible where it says they were taken up. They were taken up. They were taken up where? They were taken to a different location. It is not a dimension. In other words, if you had a telescope, you could see it. If you had a telescope that could see that far, it is not. Again, I'm trying to paint the picture. This is a real place. It is a real place. Yes, it is a real place. It's not a spirit city. Is that you can't see is mystified. No, it is a real place. This is the teaching of the Bible, that it is a real place. Heaven, God's throne, is a real place. It is a location. And the new earth, his footstool, is a location. And it is earth. Now, on the new earth, I'm talking, this earth will eventually go through a reconstruction, in which God will create paradise, restore paradise to this earth. It says in the Bible that he created the earth to be inhabited. In other words, he is not going to change his original plan. He did it right the first time. So he's going to restore his original plan. That's the reality of it. Even though it's magnificent and great and wonderful, it's still just the original plan that he had in the first place. And sin just interjected and was able to was permitted to run its course for a short period of time, and now eternally, throughout the ceaseless ages of eternity, earth will be restored and will function in accordance with the government of heaven as it was intended to do the first time. Okay. You say, but what will we do? Well, a lot of the time will be spent communing with people, talking to people, traveling throughout space. It's a difference when it's like you've been in your own state for your whole life. All right? Now you can travel through space. Do you hear me? You can travel through space. You can go to uninhabited worlds and go to habited worlds, places where life is steaming and brewing and bursting, and you can go and you can witness those things. You can go and enjoy those things. I mean, you have the power and the limitlessness to do a great range of things for a good long period of time. The exceeding and eternal weight of glory that will surround us on a new earth will make us consider our sufferings so trivial that we won't even speak about them. In other words, we would be satisfied with much less. Distance will have a different part. We'll now realize that our time on earth had been our winter. Here's the thing too. There's no, if I don't make it to heaven, then I'm gonna, live on earth. I'm gonna stay on earth. There's no, if Jesus don't come back, then we're just gonna continue on life as we know it. No, this world that we're living on is going to crap fast. I mean, it's this world that we're living on will self-destruct anyway. So, in a sense, Jesus is coming, or Yeshua is coming to save mankind from being extinct, or from everything on earth being extinct, from the world just destroying everything, every life as we know it. All life as we know it, excuse me. And yet here's the thing. The greatest thing that will take place is not so much the pearly gates and all of that. It is having your name placed in the registry of the living, or in the book of life, that book that says that you will live for eternity. In essence, that's your greatest reward. That's your greatest reward. The fact that you have been granted eternal life, that you will now live in paradise eternally. You say, but what will you do? Some will say, well, what about the people that didn't make it? How are you gonna feel about them? Well, I can't go into it much right now. You're gonna have to wait for the series. But I'll just say this. There will come a time when I'll just say this. There will come a time when the righteous will not have the same remorse for those people that didn't make it. However, a deep sense of sadness will still be over them for the result of sin itself, for the fact that they could not make it, even though they don't have the same feeling for them personally. They will have just a out of love for the living, for out of love for the human race and the people that are not gonna make it to see the hereafter or the glories of heaven. They will have a deep sadness for them for a period of time, but that time will come to an end. It will not last eternal. I'm not gonna go into more, but just consider that for now, that it is going to be a time of sorrow or a sadness, but it will not last throughout eternity. God did not or has arranged a way for them to not live in sadness throughout eternity. You have to believe that if you believe in heaven at all, or consider the reality of heaven. You can't think that he has designed it in a way where you can always reach back into that sadness that existed in this life and bring up memories of your old pals being tortured and whatnot. I'm not going to go any more into it. Let's continue. Control over all the living creatures like he had when he was created. He will be able to speak to flowers. He will be able to speak to plants, speak to animals, be able to talk whole conversations, not just speak, talking whole conversations with these things. Yeah, we'll be talking to our angels, and we'll be talking to, oh man, come on, man, just communing. We'll be enjoying ourselves. What do you do when you go on a vacation? Huh? I mean, but you say, well, what else can we do? We can't do that for so many thousand years. Okay, all right. Well, look at this. Our education, which we begun on earth, will be perfected. Okay? Say you were MD or DD or professor or whatever. No. You started on earth and that was nice. But now you're in a higher level of education. Okay? Now what you learned will be perfected. You hear me? Perfected. Our central school will be heaven. Okay? The curriculum will be the universe. But let's not stop there. Our professor, our teacher, will be none other than the Creator himself. Oh, don't you want to go? Don't you want to go? Instead of looking through a telescope saying, look at that star over there, you will go to the star. You will go to the star. You instead of needing a magnifying glass, your eyes will be able to adjust to see the microscopic. Yes, you'll be able to see into plant life. You'll be able to oh man, don't you want to go? I can go on. Ever exploring new fields of thought, ever finding new marvels and new glories, and knowing that there is still beyond us joy and love and wisdom infinite. Don't you want to go? Don't you want to go?
chosen one. Remember who you are. No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. Hey, 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 hey. As I lay me down to sleep, I hear her speak to me. Hello, Marie, how you doing? I think the storm ran out of rain, the clouds are moving. I know you're happy, 'cause I can see it. So tell the voice inside your head to believe it. I talked to God about you. He said he sent you an angel, and look at all that he gave you. You asked for one and you got two. You know I never left you, 'cause every road that leads to heaven's right inside you. So I can say, hello, my only one. Just like the morning sun, you'll keep on rising till the sky knows your name. Hello, my only one. Remember who you are. No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, the good outweighs the bad, even on your worst day. Remember how I'd say, hey, hey, one day you'll be the man you always knew you could be. And if you knew how proud I was, you never shed a tear, have a fear. No, you wouldn't do that. Though I didn't pick the day to turn the page, I know it's not the end every time I see her face and I hear you say, hello, my only one. Remember who you are. You got the world 'cause you got love in your hands. You're still my chosen one. So can you understand? One day you'll understand. So hear me out, hear me out. I won't go, I won't go. No goodbyes, no goodbyes. Just hello, just hello. And when you cry, I will cry. When you smile, I will smile. And next time when I look in your eyes, we'll have wings and we'll fly. Hello, my only one. Just like the morning sun, you'll keep on rising till the sky knows your name. You're still my chosen one. Remember who you are. No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. Hello, my only one. Just like the morning sun, you'll keep on rising till the sky knows your name. You're still my chosen one. Remember who you are. No, you're not perfect, but you're not your mistakes. Hey, 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 hey. You're still my chosen one.